Hi, I'm Grant Stevens.
And I'm Chris Bernier.
And we're the two investment guys. This week, Chris and I want to turn back to the markets and talk about some of the headlines that are driving the dynamics that we see right now. There's a number of culprits at play. We'll start with Spain, for instance, has just announced their fifth quarterly decline in GDP output in that country. And that, of course, is also directly connected to the high unemployment levels that were reported there. And I don't think that's a big surprise to anybody. Sort of the market is wondering when are they actually going to ask for the bailout there, and that's one of the things that's working in the market on the EU side, Chris. But we wanted to also talk about earnings today.
Yeah, for sure. We're in a third quarter earnings reporting for the S&P 500. About 30% of the companies have reported so far. 58% of companies so far have beat analyst expectations. However, that's below the long-term average of about 65%. And more importantly, many companies have been giving muted guidance about what they expect for the fourth quarter of this year. And that's really one of the key drivers we're seeing as a negative tone in the market right now.
Yeah. You know, if we turn to China, Chris, just released the third quarter GDP number, growth at 7.4%. Interesting that is a slight improvement over the prior quarter. So, a development there that could be colored as improving. However, something I picked up this week, Chris, was a note from Costco. And Costco is one of the world's largest shipping companies that happens to be a Chinese-owned publicly traded company. And they said that they're seeing signs of recovery. And if you think about it, that's a company that can accurately tell us that company's inputs, which are all the natural resources from around the world, and then the outputs, which is them making stuff for everybody else. I don't want to make too big a thing of it, but that's just an important note.
Yeah, good point. That's a good early indicator. If we turn back to Canada and we see the Bank of Canada recently announced the overnight rate's going to remain at 1%. One of the key comments from the Bank of Canada, though, was they talked again about the over-indebtedness of consumers and over-indebtedness throughout the economy. So they're really trying to talk down the market a little bit in that respect.
Yeah. And one of the last pieces of the puzzle in the last week or so has been the active role that the Canadian government has played in some of the recent merger and acquisition activity that you've seen on the Canadian front. And that's primarily some of these resource companies where foreign companies are attempting to buy them. If we look at this Progress Energy and Petronas deal, the government has essentially rejected it, but given a 30-day cooling off period or perhaps a restructuring period. We also have this Nexen and CNOOC deal that we haven't had any news on that yet, but you can be sure they're looking closely at that. And then thirdly, domestically here, we had the Canadian government decide that the BCE and Astral Media deal wasn't a good deal overall for consumers. So, I don't know if it's a coincidence, but just in a short period of time, we've seen the Canadian government take a position in the M&A space.
Yeah, absolutely. If you have any questions about some of the topics we've talked about today and like some more information, please feel free to contact Grant and I at twoinvestmentguys.com.
Join us next time. Chris and I are going to continue our discussion, particularly around earnings. So until then, I'm Grant.
And I'm Chris.
And we're the two investment guys.